Santos Bonacci is a big fool and thinks he's some kind of guru. Today I will have a quick look on one of his videos. Santos is a flat earther and he have tried to be a healer and a lot of other crap. Today I will have a look at a video where he tries to point on the Catholic Church as the force behind the New World Order. Let's start this dumpster fire.
Okay, so about 500 years ago, a fellow called Nicholas Copernicus, you'll notice Nick, which means the devil, is in his name twice. Nicholas Copernicus.
Nicholas is the German and Latin version of the Greek Nicholas, and the meaning is victory of the people. Yes. Old Nick is one of many old names for the devil, but Nicholas stands for victory of the people.
Same as Galileo Galilei, which means to move.
The Italian male name Galileo derives from Latin Galileus, meaning of Galilee, a biblical significant region in northern Israel.
Fancy that. They were his last words when he recanted. He whispered, and yet it moves. Well, that's what Galileo Galilei means.
In February 1633, he was charged and a trial was held, and he's supposed to said those words during that trial. The trial was about that the church didn't like his theories and the model he was writing about, talking about.
To move. These guys were all Jesuits.
None of those two were Jesuit monks.
The Jesuits began their New World Order with their new model of the globe, because the Old World Order, according to the Egyptians, the Mayans and everybody else, including the Australian Aboriginals, had a stationary horizontal plane. Yes, your ancestors, or you globies, your ancestors.
And is that important in some way? Because science, we know more and more, we understand more and more about the world we live in. That's not strange. We evolve, but perhaps not you, Santos.
500 years ago, knew the truth. And were they stupid? I don't think so. Have a look at some of the cathedrals getting around that are about 2,000 years old. Have a look at the pyramids. We can't replicate them today. If they knew how to do that, they knew what the earth was.
Of course we can, but the problem is building them in the same way that they did then would cost enormous amount of money, because they used cheap labor, slaves and so on. That's no connection at all to know how to build a building and to know what the earth looked like, about the stars, the rotations of the earth and so on. It's no connection at all.
Copernicus came along, the Jesuit, I'm going to show you that right now, and changed it. That's why we have something called the Copernican Revolution. Please go to Wikipedia and put in The Copernican revolution, because all of you astrologers who think the moon is a rock,
We don't believe it's a rock. We know that it's a rock.
so check out Copernican revolution. These people are involved in a revolution. It's called the New World Order, based on the globe, the false idol, which generates all these ideologies: globalism, global community, global lockdowns, global religion, global governance, global finance, global warming. When there is no globe,
Oh, what a word salad. A lot of nonsense. Oh dear.
oh, well, yes, there is. There's on your kindergarten teacher's desk. That's where you'll find the globe. Yeah,
And what to say on the bottom of the sticker? Not for educational purpose.
exactly. And on the bottom, it will tell you not for educational purposes, which means if you're a dunce enough to think that you live on this space ball, Santa ball, the Santa ball, well, then you're an idiot. And that's education. Mark Twain said,
Oh no, not that old silly argument. Those globes are to show how the world looks, not to use for navigation and so on.
I spent years educating myself and years unbrainwashing myself.
Yeah.
Yes, Santos, you are brainwashed and you are trying to brainwash others.
So here's the history of Copernicus, friends. Please go to Wikipedia and put in the words Pope Paul III, and you'll find that his name was Alessandro Farnese. Would that be one of the richest elite black nobility Venetian families of history?
Yes, it was an influential family in Renaissance Italy. They was rich and they had power. And this family is no more. They disillusioned 1766.
Who came from Persia to Rome? The Farnese family? Would that be the same family that, together with the Borgia family, created the Jesuits in 1539?
The Jesuits was founded in Paris 27th of September 1540 by those 7 people you see on the screen now.
And then Copernicus posthumously, after he died, Copernicus, the supposed historical Copernicus, released the book on revolutions in 1542.
The book was printed in Nuremberg the same year as he died. I don't know if it was printed before or after he died, but do that make any kind of difference?
So what was going on in that decade? Well, it's interesting. They convened Pope Paul, the Farnese, who is the great-grandfather of Fidel Castro. Castro is of the Farnese family. They own a lot of land. Trust me, a lot of the USA belongs to the Farnese family.
Trust you? You make things up. Fidel Castro have nothing to do with the Farnese family. His father was from Spain and he was from a poor family. But you have the Duke of Castro and there was the family of Farnese. So it have nothing to do with Fidel Castro and Cuba and USA. You're making shit up as usual.
These guys were the globalists, because already people had been going across the Atlantic. They knew the earth was, the sea was level. They knew that it was a stationary earth. So they had to make a container of all the known lands that they controlled. And so they got their Jesuit boy Copernicus to create a theory.
he wasn't a Jesuit, and this goes on. He making up lie after lie after lie to try to prove that we live on a flat earth. He make up stories about history, and oh dear, this is so stupid, and people believe this fool. I just come back from Ukraine, and I delivered 5 drones and some more equipment for them. Thank you everybody helping me helping Ukraine. It's very important what you are doing. So big thank you. That was all I had for you for this time. I will be back in a couple of days, and hopefully I will be able to have a live broadcast later next week. See you soon. Bye.